YouTube, welcome to the most amazing top 5, where I break down the world into brilliant top 5 lists. My name is Michael McCrudden. Sit back, subscribe, and let me entertain you. First off, I want to hear from you guys. What's your favorite piece of technology? I myself, I love my car. I just got a new one. Fine, it's not new, but it's new for me. And I love the thing, so let me know what your favorite piece of technology is in the comments down below, and let's hope none of these kill anybody. Now it's time to jump into our list, the top 5 inventors that were killed by their own inventions. In the number 5 spot, we have the glider king. Otto Lilienthal is thought to be the man who inspired the Wright brothers and was the first person to take safe and replicable gliding flights. Before Otto, flying was thought to be something for the birds. People would actually say, oh, it's for the birds. And they would mean it. Like humans, planes, none of that stuff could ever go up in the air. Even balloons were like, that is crazy! During his last flight, he lost control of his hang glider and went into a 50-foot nosedive. This resulted in him fracturing his spine. While he was laying in the hospital, his last words were, sacrifices must be made. What an absolute poet to die saying something like that. It reminds me of Chaz from Wedding Crashers. He's like, yeah, her dude died in a hang gliding accident. He was like, oh, I'm dead. What an idiot! See, that's not poetic. Moving on to the number 4 spot, we have Thomas Andrews, who designed and went down with the Titanic. For his design work, Thomas Andrews was praised the world over for the beauty, prestige, and size of this mammoth boat. It was his suggestion that the Titanic would have at least 46 lifeboats, but that was overlooked and they only provided 20. That's because they didn't want it to look crowded. They wanted everything to be as fancy as possible, and then when the thing sunk, they're kind of like, ah. When the ship was going down, Thomas spent his last hours helping people find life jackets and get into lifeboats. After helping everyone, Andrews was last seen in the first class smoking room, staring at a painting called Approach to the New World. His body was never recovered, but this man is thought to have been a hero. In the number 3 spot, we have the propeller-driven rail car. Now, anything that goes on a railroad track scares the heebie-jeebies out of me, and then you add a propeller to it, this thing is crazy, a death waiting to happen, like Bugs Bunny stuff. Its inventor, Valerian Abakovsky, designed a propeller-driven rail car that was intended to transport officials quickly across the Soviet Union. Not a bad idea because Russia's a really big place. But I'd hate to see someone get in the way of it. In 1921, the project was cancelled after the car derailed during a test run, which killed the inventor. And there had to be at least one person who was like, I saw this coming. The thing had to weigh like a ton, then it had a huge propeller. It's like having a helicopter land on top of you. Ugh! Bad move. Moving on to the number 2 spot, we have the man credited with popularizing jogging. And guess how he died? Yeah, while on a morning jog. Nowadays, everyone goes for a jog, but back in the day, this wasn't the case. In another Will Ferrell movie, Ron Burgundy goes on to say, I think today I'm going yogging. Yes, the J is silent. Apparently you just run for an extended period of time. Something like that. Well, James Jim Fixx, he started the jogging trend after publishing several fitness books, including The Complete Book of Running. Now, this man released his book in 1977. The Ron Burgundy joke I was telling you about, that's also from the 70s, so running was on the rise. Jogging was everywhere. Things were going fantastic for James. He was bringing in money. He was the fittest guy in the world. Went for a morning jog, and that's what killed him. Ron Burgundy, he never even went jogging. I think he went once. But milk was a bad idea. In the number 1 spot, we have the flying tailor who jumped off the Eiffel Tower with a bunch of fabric, thinking it would work as a parachute. The French tailor slash inventor, Franz Richelt, designed a clothes parachute. To test his invention, he jumped off the Eiffel Tower in 1912. And because he's on this list, well, you already know it was an unsuccessful attempt. Seeing as this guy was a tailor, I feel bad for anyone who had like pants in his shop. They're like, ah man, I'm never gonna get my pants back. According to a 1912 article, he was given permission to do this experiment by the Parisian police, although they were under the impression that he would be using a dummy. Now, I really hope there wasn't another dude who decided to go to the Eiffel Tower on this day and ask the woman he loves, honey, I've been with you for so many years, I'm getting down on one knee and I want to ask you, well, what the Alright guys, that's all I got for you today. My name is Michael McCrudden. If you haven't subscribed to the most amazing top 5 yet, what are you waiting for? Also be sure to check out these other videos, really great stuff, and let me know what kind of top 5s you want to see in the future. I'll see you guys in the next video. Boom!